Hey guys, welcome to another commentary done by DV on behalf of StarCast TV. Bottom right hand corner we have JYJ starting as the blue turn. Bottom left hand corner we have Effort starting as the purple Zerg. This is going to be on Polypoid, and this is one for the record books. I'll tell you what. Arguably the best Zerg versus the best turn right now. Effort certainly one of the top three. Maybe I will still give it to Queen or Hero these days, but Effort, fantastic player. And JYJ, definitely in the running for top turn. I won't spoil any results as of late, just in case people have not managed to cycle around to it all. But I will say JYJ has been playing fantastic as of late. His builds are sharp and varied, and you never know what he's going to do. Like sometimes I swear, sometimes I'm expecting him to just go like one racks straight into drop with vultures after the fact or something crazy like that. Just stuff we've never seen before. It feels like that's the stuff JYJ is tossing out every single time. Always. And on top of that, it's really sharp, and he's been able to back it up with some incredible macro play. He will have his work cut out for him, however, versus Effort, who looks like he's going to get first scout, making his way bottom right. Effort, of course, fantastic macro player, fantastic Mutalisk player. Think a little bit, honestly, his style of play reminds me of like a slightly less defensive Soma, is what I think when I think of Effort overall. Maybe that's unfair. He's just been around forever and still just been a fantastic Zerg player overall. Initially moving out that drone as though he's going for a scout that is going to delay his second hatchery just slightly. Maybe just wanted to peek out really fast just in case. Barracks being built on the front. It looks like JYJ also going to get first scout as that SCV is making its way across. Drone going to come across and battle now that that Overlord's in position. Ooh, a little bit of initial damage, but trying to do as much initial damage to that SCV as possible and create a little bit of havoc. Overlord peeking in just to make sure there wasn't anything else hidden behind. Extractor plop down, spawning pool as well. I think that is a standard timing for a 2-hatch Mutalisk opener overall, although a lot of players have liked that, have really been moving towards that 2.5 style of play at the upper levels. We'll see if Effort is going to do the same. In the meantime, we have that drone still looking to... Is it now going to give up its Effort? Okay, yeah. Feels weird to say give up its Effort while I'm talking about Effort the player, but regardless, initially it looked like it was still going to try to hunt that SCV down a little bit further, and yeah, he's really piling on the damage, which makes me wonder if Effort wants to eliminate this SCV a little bit sooner rather than later, to maybe pull out something interesting after the fact. That Overlord confirming that that command center is being built in the background. We do have a gas being tacked on afterwards, as well as a supply depot to provide that permanent seal. It looks like after all of the early game macro play from Effort in the 12th hatch, and at least no Zerglings quite as of yet, as that spawning pool wasn't complete. The Zerglings now surfacing to go ahead and chase down that SCV, and the first Marine is going to pop out. Whatever it's going to push that Overlord back. I think that Overlord's a little bit over the corner. Maybe not quite in vision range here. But you can guarantee that Effort's going to keep a very strong eye on that barracks to make sure that it continuously produces Marines throughout there. The SCV now going to retreat to the upper corner. We'll see if... And we do see Tech Delare. I think JYJ had position there, and we're going to see the 2.5 hatch, in fact, to follow. Which gives... So Zerg have liked that overall, and we're seeing a factory follow-up for JYJ, and like I said, he's got all sorts of stuff that he can execute these days. So continuously building the Marines on the front, and also building the factory behind this. We'll see what kind of build this turns into. So it's almost somewhat of a hybrid mech. I assume this isn't just to get very, very rapid anti-Mutalisks right off the bat. I do believe we will see an initial vulture, but what's kind of interesting about this play is when Terran goes pure mech, it becomes just a macro race, and will oftentimes force Zerg into more a defensive 2-base style, especially when you have that vulture out in the field. But when they go kind of this hybrid, two factory with Marine support. So there's nothing Effort can do to spot this either. He sees a barracks that's constantly glowing, which should give him an indication that rather than any sort of factory play behind this, that this is just typical barracks style. SCV cycling back around, still taking some damage. Is that drone going to go and get the block? Does manage to get the block. Regardless, I think he knows that Aspire is on the way. I don't know if he knows whether it's a interior third base hatchery or not. Maybe, depending on position. But now that first vulture making its way across that field, the Overlord is getting pushed back by those Marines. And the creep colony is going to be way late from effort. And I don't blame him, because he really didn't have any indicator that this was going to be the follow-up. So now the Zergling, the drone's pulling off the line. Nice surround by effort. That salvages an immense amount. So able to cancel the initial creep colony. There's the engineering bay to follow, but that prevented immense damage, as those Zerglings could have easily been wiped out on the ramp, and those Mutalisks would have been held back. That completely altered the course of this game potentially. So now, +1 weapons on the way, Academy just being built. You got 2 Goliaths and some turrets being placed, and we'll see how effort does, as looks like there's 4 Marines and a bunker being placed. It's going to require a lot of turret coverage over this natural expansion. All of the Mutalisks on the way. Looks like a couple Scourge, as that Vulture might have given away a potential Valkyrie opening as well. So wanted to have the Scourge alongside just in case there was some sort of air alongside. But now JYJ does not have enough to defend against this onslaught at his natural expansion. That turret almost gone. All sorts of SCVs getting ransacked. Looks like there's only going to be, what, 6 remaining, and 2 of them extremely weakened. And as soon as the Mutalisks dive back in, they might be able to sneeze on those units and get another kill. The Scourge taking some hits as well. The 4 Goliaths doing some damage. 2 additional barracks being dropped, but they're going to be halted in construction as effort able to take out the SCVs that were constructing them once again. And the problem with mech as well, any form of mech, is you really need to have your economy humming, because mech is expensive both in gas and in minerals. And instead now JYJ is dealing with a shattered natural expansion, dropped to 32. Effort has nearly equalized the overall worker count, dropped that Hydralisk Den as well. Looks like he's getting that +1 armor, which I think is important in general, but potentially important against this style. And looks like he wants to go in for yet another assault. The Goliath count has grown. They should have Charon booster upgrade now completed. It'll be a while before there's +1 weapons, but the Goliath's moving out to maybe try to draw those Mutalisks away. Very, very dangerous, because if there's Zerglings on the ground, the combo attack of the Mutalisk and the Goliath might have been enough to wipe that attack force out. But JYJ, yeah, moving out with the Goliaths, pushing those Mutalisks back. That should force some construction. It looks like mostly of Hydralisks from effort, but effort's economy, he's got now at this stage, he's down 2 workers comparatively, has nearly equal supply. JYJ trying to catch some of these Overlords out in the field, but the Mutalisks charging out looks like oh, never mind. I was going to say save it, but not managing to save it right there. It's going to be supply cap for a moment. Second gas up. This is once again a macro race, but now we've got, so this is what I tell you with JYJ, it's almost always something new. It feels like you've got a Goliath force out here and a task force of Medic Marines, which creates an interesting combination against the mid-game Muta, looks like Lurker combo, because usually you'd see Zerg maybe try to go Hydra Mutalisk to deal with the Goliaths, but with that Medic Marine backbone, I don't know if I want to call that a backbone or supplement. I'll call it a supplement. It can really work and make those trades against the Hydralisks in particular ineffective. Effort dropping a hatchery top left does need, it looks like he's got some lurkers on the ramp, so we'll be able to cap this. JYJ with a solid supply lead, and some with those beefy mech units, +1 weapons finished. It looks like the Mutalisks going back to work, or those Goliaths were out of position. I think I missed a good amount of harassment there. Hopefully caught it back around without losing too much information. But JYJ, again, the worker count just hasn't been able to get above that 34 count. Not sure he wanted to go. Actually, I'm not sure that he wanted to go that much higher above the 34 count, because he's kind of going some sort of all-in build off 2 bases anyway. But anyway, lurkers charging forward. See the Marines alongside with the Goliaths. They're retreating to the north, trying to draw JYJ away from the front. And JYJ looks like he, I don't know if I want to say taking the bait or not, but a siege tank now moving into position. Siege tech is just about 2/3 finished. More lurkers constructing on the front. We're a ways away from Hive. Hive has just started. There is a Queen's Nest down. But JYJ is going to have a lot of Goliaths and a lot to work with, and we'll see if Effort is able to do something about this. There's a Medic Marine army as well alongside, and there's no Defiler to provide some support. So he's got all the tools he needs to break through this front door. The Sunken Colony taking damage. The Effort drawing those lurkers, now encapsulating from both sides, really needs to take out those siege tanks. The Medic Marines also getting shredded. The Mutalisk's completely gone, and it looks like the lurker's going to get wiped out. Siege tanks still under fire on that front line. One of them is going to fall, but the second one remains with plenty of health. And that lurker was lucky not to get wiped out on the follow-up attack. So now JYJ with his hybrid. So we got a third gas up. Hive is still a ways from completing, plus the Defiler Mound. The Goliath count has thinned, but more Marines and more siege tanks are now pressing forward. And we've got, what, 4 lurkers and not much else to try to defend on the high ground. It looks like a creep colony being built to try to attack. Interesting placement, maybe to keep those siege tanks off that lower ridge area and create some sort of abuse there. More lurkers. I don't know that this is going to be sufficient. JYJ pressing in. +1 weapons on the Marine as well, by the way. Lurkers burrowed forward, trying to attack from that high ground again, leaving as little area for JYJ to pile in as possible. Now pressing forward, lurkers eating a lot of damage and 2 of them losing their lives. The Zerglings not able to get on top of the siege tanks. They're not even speed upgraded. And JYJ now pushing the rest of that army forward to again keep those lurkers off the siege tanks. Now, one downside is he has to rely on Comset to take care of the lurkers, but using a medic and focus firing to get the last lurker off the line. Brilliant play from JYJ. The Zerglings piling back. Okay, Hive is finished. Defiler Mound's finished. But this feels like it's too little too late. And JYJ seems like he's got just enough. More reinforcements piling forward. He's got the gas down. He's likely going to be able to take out that natural expansion. The Zerglings trying to get right on top of those siege tanks to do what they can. But now the natural is gone and Effort GG's. So with a hybrid, and this is what I say with JYJ, it's always something new, it feels like. So with a hybrid medic tech play, able to stymie Effort did not, floundered to find a response and taken out summarily. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Great game. Give a like and subscribe out there to StarCast TV. Thank you for listening.